Hey, loved ones, welcome to this little mini opportunity for Contemplation Corner, where playful curiosity meets profound spiritual truths. We meet in a group on Zoom the first Saturday of every month, and you are welcome. So I just invite you to check in right now with yourself. Close your eyes and take a breath, if that is something that works for you, but just check in right now. A word or phrase to describe how you feel in this moment. And contemplate for a microsecond what drew you here, what led you to this click. So this past Contemplation Corner, we did a reading, How to Create a Spiritual Chain Reaction. We're studying from Living the Science of Mind by Dr. Ernest Holmes, and I just love his work so much. It has impacted my life greatly, and I use the things that he has shared with me to impact my life, to influence my life, to become more, to become what it was that I was actually unlearning, and all of that stuff. This expression and experience of science of mind, moving our lives with our thoughts. So we were undertaking how to create a spiritual chain reaction. And the concepts for today are how to create a spiritual chain reaction, the power that we use, faith and conviction, personal responsibility, and influence. And that last concept is difficult for a lot of us, taking personal responsibility. But for me and my experience, what I have found is that allowing myself to become aware of the life that I was living, course correct, adjust, and use the principles of the science of mind. It is my personal responsibility to shift my life. If it is my life that I want shifted. And we have this power that is greater than us in this universe that we can use. We can take that personal responsibility, add action and activity and direction and intention, and influence our lives. So Ernest Holmes, he said, "It appears that nature has placed before us the possibility of the greatest blessing the world has ever had, wrongly used the greatest destruction. And so modern scientists are telling us that before we go any further in uncovering and utilizing the energies of nature, we had better stop, look, and listen, and be certain that every new advance in science is used for the betterment of humanity and not for its destruction. Stop, look, and listen, and be certain. As scientists, as explorers and adventurers in our own minds and in our own lives, as that thing, it is our responsibility to stop, look, and listen so that we can be aware and present for the energy we are influencing with our thoughts. What is it that we truly want? Who are we at our core? We had better stop, look, and listen and be certain that what we are putting out into the world energetically, consciously, and with our life force energy, it is what we want to have in our life. Be careful what we speak of. Train our thinking, change our lives." He continued on page 240, and this is the energy of faith, of affirmative prayer and spiritual meditation. There's no reason to doubt that in the field of spiritual consciousness, a chain reaction could be created which would bless the whole world. Did you ever notice the contagion of a happy person? One who has an enthusiastic joy in living? Have you ever noticed the effect that a common poised person has on others? How they feel safe in their presence? Think about these people. Think about what your energy is putting out into the world. Think about the energy that is around you while others are in your sphere of awareness. Have you noticed that contagion? Have you noticed that you can walk into a room and be uplifted, even in a sour entrance? Have you noticed that if someone with a sour energy enters the room, it can dissipate and enter into the space? It changes. Energy changes and shifts with our consciousness. He continued still, for just as there is an energy caught from the universe and locked in the physical atom that can be lucid, so there is a spiritual energy caught in every person's mind and locked up in the individual life, waiting to be used. Waiting to be used. So what is it that we are using? In our experience, faith and conviction are the instruments through which this energy is used. And just as in physical science, natural energy is hooked up to run a machine or a streetcar or to create light and heat for definite purposes, so we can use the spiritual power that is within us to heal, to bless, and to prosper those whom we think of. When you think of others, how does that sit in you? When you think of someone who rubs you the wrong way, how does that energetically affect you? Are you using your thought energy to heal and to bless, or to do something other? We have the spiritual power. It is ours to use. And we are those ones that are influencing it with intention, direction, and awareness of living consciously. So as energy is consciousness and consciousness is energy, what are you bringing with you? Dr. Holmes wrote on 241, if you would bring happiness to those around you, you must first become happy yourself. But before you can become happy, something has to happen to you that causes you to know that God is right where you are, that good is the final power in the universe, and that love is an all-conquering force. You have to have confidence and self-assurance. And this kind of confidence and self-assurance comes only through having proved to yourself completely that there is a power greater than you are, that it is a power for good, that it is available, and that you actually know how to use it. And the only proof you will ever have is what it does to you and to others. I would add, through you. Confidence and self-assurance. Confidence and self-assurance. Creating a radically spiritual life because you have confidence and self-assurance. The audacity and boldness that you would require to have confidence and self-assurance, to know that faithfully as you speak the word in a directive and empowering way, through spiritual mind treatment, affirmative prayer, talking nicely to yourself, you are proving to yourself that there is a power greater than you with that confidence, because faith is unwavering and unshakable through you in your knowing that the word you speak is already demonstrated before you utter a breath of prayer. It is a power for good. It is available to you, and you can use it. You actually already know how. So how do we effectively use it, this power? We can pray effectively if we decide to. We can build up a faith with ourselves if we have the will. We can learn to live with a sense of confidence and security if we will just get over our fears. And we can prove that love is the greatest healing power in the world. This life is our laboratory. The laboratory in which we work is our own mind. The instruments are our own thoughts, and the method is affirmative prayer and meditation. We get to use it. Do not hesitate to use this power for goodness in your life. Do not hesitate to affirm daily and in a positive and empowered way. Do not hesitate. So here are some thoughts to contemplate if you are brave enough to dive into the divine of your own mind. How do my thoughts, feelings, and actions influence the people around me? How might you deepen or expand these practices to create more positive change in your life and in the world around you? In what ways can I start a chain reaction of kindness or positivity in my community? I would love to hear these beautiful thoughts of yours. And if you feel so moved and courageous to share a little piece of yourself, let us see your contemplation in the comments below. I do get notifications when you add to this post, so please feel free to engage and know that you are deeply, deeply loved. Peace and blessings, and we will see you on the next one.